is Isaiah 40:31, they shall walk and not grow faint, only spiritual?
I believe it is. Yeah. The question, Isaiah 41, is it?
40:31.
40:31. That's right. Yeah, where they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall walk and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Is that talking about physical strength? No, I believe not. I believe it's talking about spiritual stamina and perseverance. They that wait upon the Lord shall, the word in the Hebrew says, shall exchange their strength. I think the King James says renew their strength, but in the Hebrew it means they will exchange it. And it's very clear from the context, it means they'll exchange their limited strength for his limitless strength, because just before it, the verses just before it say, the Lord does not become weary. He does not faint. In other words, God is infinitely powerful. He doesn't get weary. He doesn't faint. And then he says, those who wait on the Lord shall exchange their strength, and they will not be weary, and they will not faint. So they're exchanging their limited human strength for God's aid, God's supernatural strength, which keeps them from wearing down. Now, this would not mean that if you're a good Christian and you're trusting in God that you can run a marathon without getting tired. But it does. But walking and running the race are both metaphors in Scripture for life with God. You know, even way back in the time of Noah, it says Noah walked with God. Enoch walked with God. Abraham was told by God, walk before me and be perfect. And in the New Testament, we walk in the Spirit. We walk worthy, Lord, and so forth. So walking as a metaphor for living is what is in view here. And the idea is that God doesn't expect us to live as believers in our own strength. And people who try to do so become burned out. They become weary, they become discouraged, they become frustrated and burned out. But he says, listen, if you wait on the Lord, you'll exchange your strength. And he gives the example of an eagle. See what an eagle does? An eagle is a pretty heavy bird compared to most birds. He's got a big body, a lot of weight, and yet he can soar for hours without hardly moving his wings, because he gets up to places where he catches the currents of air higher than a lot of birds can go, and he just sets his wings like a kite, and the wind holds him up. So he's tapping a power more than his own muscular power. He can stay in the air without getting tired because he doesn't have to flap his wings. He just has to get up there, and then he can just cruise. And so he says that's what it's going to be like if you wait on the Lord. Then just as the eagle exchanges his own muscular strength for the strength of the wind to hold him up, and he doesn't get weary, well, that's how it'll be for you. You can run and not be weary and walk and not faint. So it's basically talking about Christian perseverance. I mean, or in the case of Isaiah, the faithful remnant of Israel persevering in the hard times they're going through, that it's God's strength and not their own that's going to make it possible for them.